Alrighty, we're gonna get started with today's live stream real soon. Just got to finish a couple of things here that I need to do to get started. I think my cell phone is battery's a little bit low. Should have charged it beforehand.
Order field.
All right, good. That was a slinky trade right there. Okay, perfect. And yeah, I'll get on this right now. Probably in about 5 more minutes, we'll do this. On TikTok, because right now my phone needs a little bit more juice. Anyway, we have a nice slinky trade right here, end of the bottom right here at the crossing of the cyan line and the 0 line on the CYMO Pro indicator. Now you've got upside with the indicator right there. You just had a crossing of the cyan line and momentum line right there at 358. It was interesting to see the reaction of what happened with momentum. You had follow through momentum, and typically when you have follow through momentum of this type, it dampens the signal here. So you have more of a follow through trade that leads into being a trend right here. So we will see how this shakes out in just a little bit, and I will be going live on TikTok momentarily as well. Okay. You know what? Let me put some notes here. Alrighty, and okay, just put the same thing here as well. We got a lot of stuff that we will be covering today, and I'll be going over some of that momentarily. We'll be going over a lot of really cool stuff today. All right, here we go. Let's make sure it all looks Good. Okay. Nice. All right, guys, we'll get started in just a moment. I need to just get maybe a minute or two more of full charge on my cell phone. If you're not familiar with the indicator, I will type it here in the comment box. It's called the CYMO Pro on CYMO Pro. Get it on NinjaTrader. All right, CYMO Pro, get on NinjaTrader. Yeah, you can get this on NinjaTrader. Okay, guys, and so this is the tool that I am using. This is my secret weapon that I've been using. So today we've got a lot of really cool stuff that I'm going to be showcasing here. And now we've got a little slinky reversal to the upside. And it looks like price is in trend mode right now to the upside. So we'll wait to see when the cycle comes back around this way to take the second leg of the trade up. Alrighty, guys, we are here trading the Nasdaq 100 futures. Today, my name is Chris, and I'm gonna get started on this very, very, very soon. Right now, I'm just letting this roll right now. Who all took that AM trade to the downside right here? Boom, got you out right there at that last bar. Welcome to today's live stream. We'll be here till the market closes today, featuring the CYMO Pro indicator. And right now we are just waiting for startup on the TikTok stream, and we will be streaming this in tandem. Okay, perfect. nice little tripod here. Alrighty guys, welcome to today's session. We are going to get this started ASAP because we have a lot of stuff to cover today in today's session. If you guys want to see the full stream version of this, be sure to head over to my YouTube channel. I've got the full stream version. If you're okay watching this on a cell phone, then there's no need to go to my YouTube channel. But we're going to go ahead and launch this right now in about 1 minute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started and make this happen today, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, guys. Good afternoon, traders. Chris here. I am the Algo trader, and today's market is teetering on the edge of caution, hovering in what looks like a cyclic consolidation, up and down trade. There's kind of a lack of clear direction overall in the market, which can be a trap for the unwary. So we're going to discuss, we're going to dissect this, and I'm going to challenge some popular trading myths that are doing more harm than good. So buckle up. It's going to be a no holds barred session today. All right, guys. We've had a lot go on today in the market. And for those of you who are watching, who are using the CYMO Pro indicators, we've got a lot to cover today. So we're going to be going over the AM trade setups. We're going to be going over charts. We're going to be going over just a lot of stuff today, because today has been quite cyclic. You had this huge drop in price. You've had a little reversal, more down, and now you've had that slinky trade just go all the way up. So we're going to cover all that in today's session. Okay, we're definitely going to cover all that in today's session. It's 219. Yeah, you know, I got on a little late. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to throw that out there. My cell phone, I forgot to plug it in, and my battery was at 20%, so I needed to juice it up just a little more to get on here and stream this on my cell phone. So if you guys want to see the full screen version, just head on over to the YouTube channel. The link on that is in my bio, and you could see the full screen version of what I am looking at now instead of this like narrow cell phone version on your screen, and you can see both charts in play. So but if you don't mind watching it from a cell phone, then cool. All right, that's perfectly fine right there. Okay. Plug in Wiseman. No, why would I want to plug in the Wiseman alligator indicator? The tools I use are superior than that. Way superior than that stupid alligator indicator. Alright. Hey, happy Thursday, right? Awesome, glad you guys are here. We got a whole lot of stuff to cover today, so let's go ahead and do a quick recap before I start going into just on a rabbit trail, going and sharing a lot of stuff that I've got prepared for you guys. Made some money this morning with the CYMO. Oh, cool, man. Glad to hear that. And anytime anyone makes money using our tools on your own account, that's awesome. And we're going to review some of the trade setups because there was not only one, there was several trade setups today, both on the 15-minute and, well, a couple on the 15-minute and a whole bunch on the lower time frame. So let's do a quick dive and check that out. So I'm gonna scoot this over. This is the 15-minute time frame over here. And we are just going to go back a little bit to the beginning of the day. All right. So this morning, okay, what is the first thing that you guys do in the morning? Okay, when you are ready to trade, about to trade, what's the first thing you do? You open your brief. Okay, and a lot of stuff going on in the brief this morning. It almost seemed like a consolidation trade. The market really didn't have kind of clear direction. A lot of stuff going on in the brief this morning that a lot of indications that could have given you an idea right out of the gate that today was going to be a cyclic type of day. A lot of noise in the market, a lot of movement, just cycles. Okay, remember, when the market isn't trending, it's doing what? It's cycling, right? So when you get that type of report in the morning and you guys read it and you guys get a sense for whether the market's going to I'll leave my 15-minute set at 15. At 11, which is what I have it set right now. And we'll see some of the trades that setups that took place on the 15 minutes, how that correlated to the 4-minute and your potential entry points right there, okay? Right out of the gate, first bar, 945. Oops, this is kind of set a little high right there, so bear with me. You guys could see it on the full screen right there. Okay, it almost appeared as if price was going to take off right there. Remember my rule of thumb, guys. I don't trade the first half hour of the day, and I'm gonna go over this whole thing with you guys about that. David, I'm not trading off candles. What gives you the impression that I'm trading off candles? All right, guys. Let me just go over this, and someone thinks I'm trading off candles. Oh, no, not at all. No. This is not candle trading, doji charts, or any bullshit like that. No. Let me explain myself. Okay, I'm using the CYMO Pro indicator. This is an indicator that I developed, and it's available on NinjaTrader. So we're looking at the CYMO Pro down here. We're looking at the 945 candle as a way to illustrate what I'm pointing out. It almost seemed like right out of the gate, price was going to go up. And you guys know my rule. I don't trade the first half hour of the session. And this is exactly why, because you've got, you just came out of Juneteenth, number one. This thing pops up, okay, in the morning. There is really not a setup there to go long. Next candle, look, this whole thing just starts to come down, come down, come down, come down. And right about 10:30 in the morning, the cyclic component made a right turn. That right turn right there, guys, is when you know it's time to, if you took that short, to get out of the trade. There is nothing else going on right there. This was not really a setup to go long to the upside, but this was a setup to go short right here when the cyan line came right back to the zero line. You had momentum way, 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 way at the bottom, and this was the perfect setup right here to have gotten short all the way here. You see when the cyan line just crossed the zero line, that was dead nuts on at 1:45 p.m. right there. Done. End of that cycle right there. Now, how did that relate to your entry points over on the 4-minute time frame? Okay, we had the cyan line right at zero at 12:15. Keep that in mind. 12:15. Let's look at the Let's look at the 4-minute chart right here, and we'll go back to the 12:15 marker. Right about, get the pointer right here. 12:15 was right about right there. Okay, that was 12:15. Okay, we had a setup to go short on the 15-minute. Look at what cycle is doing. Cycle was going up, and right about 4:15, the very next bar at 4:18, it turned down. Okay, so you already had a signal on the 15-minute chart to go short. You had the signal right here. I mean, this was already stretched almost to the threshold at 0.80 to the top. So this cyclic turn right here to the bottom, and the fact that momentum was already way at the bottom, it really wasn't doing anything at this point, was your entry point to go short right there. And that short came all the way down, okay? Came all the way down. This thing kinked up right here. You would have seen this kink on this candle over here, okay? That would have been the end right there of your down short, short position that you would have taken. This was also a slinky setup as well, because right about this point, you got the reversal on the 15-minute candle. Okay, is this just for NQ, or can it be used for? Yeah, it could be used on any future symbol. You could use it on Bitcoin futures as well. Okay, look what happened here. You had the reversal trade happen right here. Your slinky trade on the reversal. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, then what happens? Pow. Okay. Cycle just goes sideways. Anytime cycle goes sideways on its run up, guys, that is the end. There is nothing else left to the trade. Get out of the trade. That pretty much got you out right darn near the top before you had this reversal in price that went all the way down. And what do we know that happens when cycle drops all the way down here to the bottom? It slinkies up. And sure enough, you had a slinky trade right there. Okay, you had a slinky trade right there. The moment it hit the top right there, okay, that was another exit for you right there. That was another exit for you right there. You know that when it gets up here, what happens with price? It rolls all the way down right there. Moment it slinkies, that's it. You're out. So you would have been out probably on that bar. And from this level to even this level right here, that was about maybe 35 points to the downside. Okay, and then you had a continuation to the upside right there. And this moment right here where it crosses momentum, the moment it crosses, that is it. Okay, right there. That's your second trade. And so forth and so on. Okay, so that's what we've seen today with the CYMO Pro on both the 15-minute and 4-minute time frame. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that because if you're scalping, this was really good today because you had a lot of really cyclic entries and exits. If you're a little bit more systematic, you would have used the 15-minute to confirm your entries and then confirmed everything, your cyclic direction here with the 4-minute time frame. Okay, so I've got some stuff I want to talk to you guys about. First up, let's talk about the widely held belief that the opening bell is the golden hour for traders. It's a myth that I see perpetuated everywhere, from trading forums to TikTok, and it's not just misleading, it's potentially ruinous. And here's why. You have to understand market structure. And the first 30 to 45 minutes after the market opens is one of the most volatile parts of the trading day. Prices are going to swing wildly as the market reacts to overnight news and a lot of the early trades. So jumping in without seeing how these initial moves stabilize means you're trading based on incomplete information. So the professional approach would typically be, for example, during my days leading the trade desk, we observed, we waited, because trading isn't just about who's fastest, guys. It's about who's smartest. We waited for the market to reveal its hand, its structure for the day, post 2 p.m., after assessing the morning's data and movements. Then we made decisions to take trades in either direction. So when it comes to risk management, this whole thing about immediately trading at the open, it often ignores a lot of crucial factors like overnight international market results, and those can have significant implications. And this lack of data can lead to really poorly positioned trades, higher risk, and really unnecessary losses. Okay, so let's just cut to it. Okay, the belief that the market open is the best time to trade is not just outdated, it's dangerous. Okay, when I ran a trade desk at a hedge fund, none of the pros traded the first half hour of the day. Now why? Because they needed to see market structure to understand how the session might unfold based on actual data, not just gut feelings or hype. Trading right at the open, you're basically flying blind with no idea what happened in the overseas markets while you were asleep. It's like trying to sprint on ice. It's just stupid, reckless, and uncontrolled. And I definitely discourage you from doing that in the mornings. Okay? No, I don't encourage it. For all the reasons I just mentioned, I don't encourage it to trade low volume sessions where you're going to get into a trade and have low liquidity and have trouble getting out of the trade. I mean, that's just not, if you're okay being in low liquidity trades, and hey, more power to you, but that's not, this was designed for more higher volume type of trades for the day session primarily. So now, after this slinky trade, what's the market doing right now? You've got momentum falling. You've got the cycle going up. There's nothing. There's just a bunch of noise right here right now. Market might gear up to potentially go up eventually at some point right now after this drawdown. But you still have a lot of noise in the market. Sure. So when you look at this, guys, you're looking at noise on the 4-minute time frame. Let me flip this over, and if you guys want to see the full screen view of this, just go over to my YouTube channel where you can better appreciate both charts. Otherwise, you're just going to see me move the phone from one screen to the other, and you know, that's just how it works, because I don't have 10,000 subscribers on TikTok to use the desktop app to stream. So anyway, here we go. Momentum completely bottomed out right there, and it bottomed out from this whole drawdown right about here. Now it's going up. You've got cycle going up, momentum going up. Momentum is still below the zero line right there. Is that a setup right now to potentially go long? No, it's not. It's not a setup to go long, because if you go right back to your 4-minute time frame right there, you guys who have taken the one-on-ones know that this is not an area where you'd potentially take a trade. Okay, you know, you don't want to trade volatility. You don't want to trade noise. So next, guys, I want to dismantle another popular, flawed trading approach. And this one is really important that you listen to. And this is trading based on supposed supply and demand levels. Okay? That is a real-time fallacy. And many traders use tools, those type of tools, claiming to pinpoint supply and demand levels, such as, you know, support and resistance and whatever other crap they use, and they believe these tools offer some type of x-ray view of where to buy and sell. However, what's often not understood is that these tools are not static. Okay, the market is incredibly fluid and can be misleading in real time market conditions. Okay, so yeah, you can plot levels from yesterday and the day before and the week's high and the week's low and pretend those levels are going to stick when the market really moves. There's a difference between visibility and reality, okay, when it comes to trading. Now, while these tools do provide visibility, they don't account for the underlying market mechanics like large institutional trades, hidden orders, and the rapid change in liquidity. So relying solely on these kind of tools is really akin to gambling, all right? It really is. And from personal observation, from watching a lot of people over the years, I've witnessed traders, even seasoned ones, get burned by relying too heavily on those type of indicators. You know, they often see what they want to see, not what they need to see. And that leads to significant financial blows. And that's all trading on supposed supply and demand levels. In fact, you know what? I've seen traders, even popular ones, hemorrhage money live using tools like Bookmap. And you guys are familiar with Bookmap, right? Okay, it's all over the internet. These tools, they show you shadows, not substance. And trading on these so-called levels is really like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. And so let me be clear, guys, that type of approach lacks the precision and adaptability you need in this game. Now, why the CYMO Pro? Okay? Unlike the guesswork associated with early trading or misleading supply and demand tools, the CYMO Pro was built on robust real-time analysis, okay? Using, obviously, data-driven decisions. So the algorithm I've created, CYMO Pro, it uses a comprehensive algorithm that adapts to market conditions, offering you really clear, actionable insights based on data, not superstition. And you also want to be strategic in your trading too, guys. So by integrating both historical and current market data, the CYMO here helps you identify really clear, genuine opportunities that optimize your entry and exit points effectively. And I've illustrated that to you right here in the chart, precisely where these trades were taken and exited right here, so you could see for yourselves, okay? And if you're ready to stop gambling and start trading, it's time to try the CYMO Pro. You can check the link in my bio for a 7-day free trial and see the difference data-driven trading makes. Okay? This is why tools like the CYMO Pro indicators are excellent tools to have in your arsenal. Okay? Unlike the fairy tales you've been told, CYMO Pro doesn't pretend to show you treasures. It shows you the real market pulse based on data, not delusion. So if you're tired of the myths, take the CYMO Pro for a 7-day free trial and see what informed, data-driven trading looks like. Okay? So again, going back over this 4-minute, meant to get my pointer here. Going back over this 4-minute chart here today, you had some excellent trading opportunities. And unfortunately, with the size of my screen, you guys can't see the size of the move here, but it was only 2 candles going up. We know that when the cyan line crosses over, okay, and momentum is between both the upper and lower threshold, you're likely to get a what? You're likely to get a reversal, okay? You're likely to get a reversal right here to the downside. And that's exactly what happened right here. I mean, it could not have been a better trade right there. Look at that. To have caught this trade all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Okay, and remember, when it crosses here, it's going to be right around this bar right here. Boom. So it pretty much got you out dead nuts on near the bottom. Even the slinky trade worked out right there. So there was a number of trades today with the CYMO Pro indicator that you could have absolutely nailed, both to the downside and to the upside. Okay? No excuse to lose money on a day like today, unless you're using outdated tools of the past that have been rendered useless for algorithmic trading in today's type of environment. Okay. Reason I wanted to share all that stuff I did with you guys is because I see it on TikTok. I see it all over on YouTube. People touting support and resistance. People trading the AM session. I hopped on my TikTok this morning and I saw at least 4 of them today. One guy was trading the S&P 500, the E-mini futures, and he was talking about taking a long. I'm looking at my CYMO Pro indicator going, this guy's a nut. He's going to take, and he took the long and he took a loss. Again, he was using support and resistance. He was talking about supply and demand and his crystal ball to help him see the future of price movement. And honestly, it was just like, wow, I can't even believe this. And this guy's got like 50 people watching him. And he took a loss. I'm sitting here looking at my indicators going, there's no way. There's just no way that that trade is a long entry, you know? And didn't feel sorry for him. He's obviously using outdated tools, but that's what happens. It's kind of like the blind leading the blind, you know? Alrighty guys, so look what's happening right here, okay? You had momentum falling right here, okay? And you had cycle just slinky up, okay? For you guys who have done the one-on-one or have been watching this for a while, you guys know when you have this type of pattern trading right here in the market, you're trading nothing but noise. This is not a setup right here to do anything. Especially if you're a scalper, you're not going to take a short here and then try to get into a long right here. You're going to wait for the extremes until the cycle goes all the way past the upper threshold or the lower threshold before you actually place any trades. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in consolidation or in a trade that may not be favorably set up for you to win. Market's still down about 193 points right now. Nasdaq 100 futures. Feel free to tap the screen, guys, for likes. That just helps spread the word for what we're doing. There's a lot of traders out there that have no idea that I'm even on TikTok right now, even though TikTok has me on live right now. But if you tap the screen, it shows some love, which of course yours truly appreciates. And hopefully it'll reach more traders who will have an appreciation for what we do here, and hopefully use tools that can help them in their game and improving their entries and exit points. Okay. Also, we did one-on-one sessions yesterday. Thank you to everyone who signed up for yesterday's session. It was a full day. I am doing catch-up sessions Friday afternoon. I only have 2 more spots left. So if you want to grab those right after the market, let me know and I can squeeze you in some way, somehow. And those are designed to answer any questions, concerns, help you with setups. And we can do that. We can do that together Friday after the market closes. Okay. And I do that only as catch-up because some people can't make it Wednesday for work reasons or otherwise, and so I like to accommodate subscribers by doing a follow-up session on Fridays. But every Wednesday we'll do the we do the one-on-one session. So if you miss Wednesday, we can do Wednesday, this coming Wednesday again. And you'll be good. You know what? There's something else I wanted to show you guys that's interesting, and it may pique your interest right here. Okay. notice here, okay, how the cyan line and momentum were going up. I mean, this was as clear of a long signal as you can possibly get, okay? Very clear long signal to the upside. Momentum was just retracing from having been way down here, and it was coming up. Momentum went up, and this was a nice long trade. But what happened? What ended up happening at about 1:58 p.m., okay, is that momentum continued its way up, okay? And remember, I've told you guys, when momentum goes above the threshold, it typically dampens the signal for the cycle right here, the cyan line, okay? So even though you had an exit point right here when these crossed, okay? And remember, when you see the cyan kissing the momentum and it crosses, it's typically going to be 1 bar later, which is probably like over here, okay? So momentum was still elevated, but here's the point. This was the first cyclic cross right here. You see that? This was the first cyclic cross from when cycle went above the zero line and then went below the zero line right here. This was really the first cycle right here, okay? And when momentum is above the zero line, it dampens the signal. I did a whole video on that, okay? And where's the second cyclic cross? It's right here, look. Okay, even though momentum fell, the second cyclic cross is right right there. Okay? And this second cyclic cross tells you that your trend essentially, the trend component is essentially over. Okay? Whenever you see these two crosses right there, that's pretty much the end. Game over. Exactly. Game over right there. And there's really nothing else left to the upside at that point. Now, guys, I did make some comments about people using support and resistance levels on their charts, okay? There's other support and resistance levels out there that are not based on the previous day's highs and lows. And those are based off of 0-day to expiration option levels, okay? Where you've got call walls, put support, you've got expiration levels at key prices where you've got a lot of open interest as well. That is completely different. Completely and entirely different than your typical support and resistance levels that measure your highs and lows from the previous session or the previous week or whatever people use. Now, if you want to do that, those are completely different, okay? Those are completely and entirely different. I actually have a chart set up on my, let's see, I've got a chart set up on the Qs on my TradeStation because I use TradeStation as well, where it plots the spot price, the flip price, and the 0-day to expiration options for both the calls and puts, okay? And those are really powerful to have on a chart. I actually developed an algorithm in Python to plot those, but that's only on TradeStation. I haven't converted that over to NinjaTrader because some other developer is working on a tool to eventually plot those here on NinjaTrader. But in the meantime, I do plot what I use on TradeStation, and I'll tell you, it was really accurate for today's session. For example, your spot price on the Qs was set today at 485 and change. Then you had a 0 day to expiration put line. I think it was at 485. You had another measure of 1 day move in the option chain based on analysis at 480. And I'll tell you the truth. You know what was really interesting is that price came all the way down and hit 480, then bounced. Now that's having good data based on actual facts. Not just drawing lines on your chart based on support and resistance from yesterday's highs and lows, which absolutely are just smoke and mirrors. Okay? So if you want something that you want to plot on your chart that actually makes sense, look into gamma support levels based on 0 day to expiration options. So what's happening right now with momentum and the cyclic component of price? There's nothing going on, guys. This little region right here, is an area of noise. This is an area where you don't want to jump in. You don't have a high quality trade setup right now to do anything. So this is part of the reason I'm not in any of these trades right now, because there's nothing. And you have to be very careful in these little regions right here, because these are the type of regions where you'll get chopped up. There's no setup. That's the point. So you guys are welcome to type any questions that you might have in the comment box. I do read them occasionally, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. That's a good question. The Ligure, I'm very familiar with the Ligure RSI. No, it's not. It is definitely not the. It's the Ligure RSI. That's how it's pronounced. Ligure or something. It's a French word, yeah. But that was first. I think the first rendition of that, I saw it done by a guy named Mobius over on Think or Swim. Yeah, it was on the Think or Swim platform. This was years ago. It's an old indicator. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's a very old indicator. I'm intimately familiar with that indicator. Very, very, very much. There's like several variations to it. And I got probably 4 variations to that indicator. Specifically for Think or Swim. Yeah. But no, this is not the Ligure RSI. Absolutely not. But the Ligure RSI is a cool indicator to use over on Thinkorswim. It's a very cool indicator. What you're looking at here on the screen is way, way more powerful than the Ligure RSI. Yeah, the whole the whole topic of trend lines was just to kind of give color as to what people typically use to plot stuff on their chart, and but the CYMO Pro is two indicators in one. So you have a cycle component, which is a cyan line, and you've got a momentum component, which is the yellow line right there. And the thresholds are not part of the indicator. The thresholds are just something that I drew to give me a visual representation as to where price is actually moving. And right now, momentum is actually sinking. It looks like it's going into trend mode. And so I take the trades, I take my cues from the 15-minute time frame right now, and I will wait, before taking a cue to the downside on this right now. So yeah, you have two indicators in one. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was looking at my charts here. It's potentially setting up to go short right now, guys, just based on what I am looking at. Kind of a noisy setup. If you look at the 15-minute time frame right now, you've got the cycle component going down, and momentum is rising. Now it's going sideways right now. So yeah, a lot of noise in those type of trades. It wouldn't surprise me if this hit the 480 mark again in the Qs, because that's where you've got a lot of put option support right there. So there you go. It's going to be very, very interesting right now to see whether this bounces up from the 480 level in the Qs, or if it goes down all the way to the 478.92 level that is also indicated as the lowest threshold for today's trading session in the Qs. So it had previously bounced up from the 480 level right around 142 this afternoon, and then you had the slinky trade right here that went all the way up. Okay, so that's something that I'm looking at. Those are 0 day to expiration levels that I'm looking at on the Qs, specifically for the Qs. So you see this bar going down, it kind of looks tempting, right? It looks very, 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 very tempting. The setup is not what you'd consider a a strong setup to potentially go short on this. I guess if you're a little bit more aggressive of a trader, and you see this, and you see momentum tank, and you see this fall, you might be able to take that. I'm a little bit more conservative, especially right around the 3 o'clock hour, to take this. But we'll see how it shakes out right now. All right, we just had, I think we just had bar change right now on that lower time frame. We still have a little bit to go to see bar change on the 15-minute candle right there. And look what happened with Cycle. Cycle just went right there to the side. Yeah, momentum is coming down. There might, if it continues going down, this thing may go down all the way to the 478 level in the Qs. I'd be, if you guys are looking at this, whatever you guys are looking at, be very careful because it could slinky back up. Exactly what I'm telling you guys right there, you see? This thing goes sideways and it just, you got to be careful because a trade like this, this thing went from like, I think the opening was at 987 all the way to 2014. Ouch. And a lot of times, guys, if you want to get some granularity aside from using your 4-minute time chart, you can use something like this. Look, you could use a 7-minute time frame chart right here, and when cycle just crossed above momentum right here, which was bam, right there at this bar. Right there, look at that. You would have known that there's going to be some type of reversal like this going up potentially. So, you don't go chasing after a candle like this, right? very slow, very choppy trade. And of course, when cycle gets above here and does its reversal like it did right here, look at that. Began right here at the bottom, came all the way to the top, crossed momentum right there. That's the end, okay? You can confirm that with a 7-minute chart on a setting of 9 right there. And you know, I use these charts interchangeably. I typically illustrate the 4-minute, the 15-minute chart. I'll keep my eye on the 7-minute, of course. I'll keep my eye. I've got a 7-minute on the Nasdaq 100, which is this. I've got a 7-minute on the Qs as well. I just think the signal to noise ratio is good for those charts, and it helps you avoid things like this. Okay. Sorry guys, I can't take any requests right now to go live with you guys. I'm live already. I can't do one-on-ones. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to make money. I'm here to trade my own account, show you guys how I trade my own accounts, and watch for the trade setups that could actually make us money. Right? That's the whole objective of why we're here. All right, so this is your 7-minute right here. I'm going to go ahead and stick it back where, put it back in the other screen where I have it set. But you guys could use a setting of 9 if you want on the 7-minute time frame. And you can see these rotations right here like that, okay? You could capture it in the 4-minute just the way I did right now. I told you guys, hey, this, be careful, it might jump, and it did. Why? Because there was no continuation to the cycle. The cycle, when this bar opened, had gone sideways. What does that tell you? Cycle's over. Very simple. And for you guys who have taken the one-on-ones, you know that this little region right here is not a region where you place trades. Anything originating from here is noise. So you would not have taken a trade either to the downside or to the upside, okay? Especially if you're a scalper. And sure enough, guys, remember I was just pointing out, just right as this was happening right there, right now, and we had the signal that at, I think it was, let me just check here again, it was at 1:42 p.m. that price had bottomed out, and you know, you had the reversal trade. Well, that's exactly the same level at 480 in the Qs that price went up. It was right here. Okay, it was right around this region, these two bars. Oops, you can't see that. Right here. Okay, this is the same level I've got on the Qs for 0-day to expiration options right there. So it was really nice to see when this happened right there. I mean, did I need that? No. I mean, I could have seen that cycle went up, and that would have been the end of that trade to the short side. It's nice to have that, though, on a chart, just to see the reaction of market makers when it hits those levels. Now, if you guys, you know, if some of this is like flying over your head and it's like, what the hell is he talking about? 0-day to expiration options and gamma levels and all that. There's a whole body of research on this. You know, you can look it up online. You can look up 0-day to expiration, gamma levels. Oh, you know what? There's a good tool out there called, and I'm not endorsing it, okay? Just FYI, I am not endorsing it. But they got a lot of stuff on it, you know? A lot of research material. You can read it. It's called GEXBot, GEXBOT.com. You can look that up, and they provide you levels for 0-day to expiration options. So that's just a tool that you guys could look at if you want. Also, just for full disclaimer, guys, I cannot offer you trading advice as far as how to manage your own trades and getting in or getting out of your trades, because I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm just here to illustrate how I trade my own account with my own capital with the tools I develop exclusively to trade the Nasdaq 100 futures, which can also be used to trade the E-mini S&P and other instruments too, okay? And it's nice to have a community of like-minded traders who enjoy watching the Nasdaq's action, and the interchange of ideas and communities also well, because you guys know that trading is a lonely sport. You've heard me say that before, okay? So I can show you how I trade my own account and how I use the CYMO Pro indicators while doing that. Okay. So what did we have happen right here? Okay. You had the cyan line come down, and right about this bar, look what it did. Boom, went to the side. That is the end of that little drawdown right there. Okay. Price did hit the 480 mark, which was put support for 0-day option expirations, and it's just amazing how that worked with the indicator. The indicator doesn't use that, but I've set up this indicator programmatically to understand when the cyclic component is over. Bang, right there. Okay, went up a little bit, you've got a little bit of a cycle right there, little reversal cycle to the upside. You've got momentum right here, completely bottoming out right there. Typically, when you see these reversal trades, you want to see momentum start to go up above this threshold to see price continue moving in the direction that you hoped. This may be a 3 to 4 bar reversal, and boom, it might potentially come down. So I'd be very careful in taking these type of trades, especially if you're using outdated tools that could potentially put you in a trade that could be unfavorable at this time. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that, to give you more color on what I'm speaking about, is that I am looking at the 7-minute chart, and on the 7-minute chart, your cyan line is way up here already, and that typically tells you that you've expended the cycle element on that particular time frame, and you're looking at this. The cyclic swing right here isn't a cyclic swing that just went all the way to the top. It's like a little blurb right here. Look at that. It's a little blurb that may just go up 2-3 bars, and then who knows, it may come down. All right. So again, for you guys who have done the one-on-ones, you know that this is not a region right here where you would place trades. This is noise. 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 Okay? You don't trade noise. You exercise your God-given gift of patience, and you step on the sidelines and you watch it play out. You don't jump into this type of trading action, because it could prove to be ruinous if you do. So feel free to ask any questions that you might want me to answer for you in the comment box, and I'll be more than happy to give you guys any feedback regarding what we're doing today. when momentum is this bottomed out here, guys, it's there's your trade element for the day is going to be to the downside. You really don't have any upside right now, especially with the market being down over 230 points. Market's going sideways right now. There really is nothing to there really isn't any trade setup right now that would make me feel comfortable to say, yeah, this is a great trade setup. Let's go on and take a short. Okay. Now, if you guys notice my two charts, both the 15-minute and the 4-minute, and you guys who are watching on YouTube see both charts, I'm not using anything else other than the CYMO Pro indicator on these charts for potential entries and exits. And there's really no reason to clutter my charts with anything else. I do have 0-day to expiration option levels on a different chart, on a different screen, but that's because I've got that designed for a TradeStation, not for NinjaTrader. But there really isn't anything right now, anything else to plot on my chart that I think would be useful, to be honest with you. The less indicators, the better. If you know that your tools work really good, then you use them. Okay, look. Now we've got momentum way down here at the bottom. You've got cycle right here, okay? About to potentially go short on you right there, okay? And again, it may touch that 480 level, which I'd be very careful because the 480 level is right around right here, okay? Right about here. That's like the 480 level in the Qs right there. So if it breaks below the 480 level, I've got another level of 0-day to expiration options with a lot of open interest at the 478.92 level in the Qs. Okay, so if price is going to retrace, it'll most likely hit that level this afternoon. So if not, then dealers will go ahead and push price up above the 480, in which case you wouldn't want to take a short. So I'm just going to keep the crosshairs because that's where the 480 level is at, right there on your chart. Right there. All right? So it looks like it might break below that 480 level. You'll see right now if it does. I am trading, oops, you see it right here on the screen, the Nasdaq 100 futures. Looks like it wants to break the 480 level. There you go, right there. It's right there, just oscillating. And I took my little cursor out right there. It's right there. That's the 480 level. I'm going to go grab some water, guys. I'll be right back. Just hang tight, okay? Alrighty, I am back. What did I miss? Nothing. Okay. I didn't miss anything. Okay. Nothing at all right now. Okay, well, okay, so I guess the question is, guys, why have I not taken any type of trade? Okay, and that's because there is really no setup right now for me to take a trade from this region right here of nothing but noise. Okay, nothing but noise. People can argue, yeah, but you could have taken this to get punched in the mouth here. Oh yeah, you could have taken this to get, knocked out over here. All right, that's for amateurs, guys. That's not the way you make money in the market. Okay, trading 2 bars. Oh, and by the way, there was one dude this morning who was like happy that he made a 5-point gain trading the Nasdaq 100 on TikTok. I was like, dude, are you crazy? You're putting risk capital to make 5 points? You gotta be kidding me, man. And he was happy with that. It's like, no. That's not the way we trade here. If we're gonna put on a trade, we're not gonna put it from an area of noise right here, and we know what this represents. This is an area of noise right here, okay? And this is what happens when you chase trades. You get sucker punched in the mouth. You don't do that. We put trades on where the risk-reward profile is in your favor, and you take higher probability trade setups, okay? The 480 level is a 0 day to expiration put support. So there's a bunch of open contracts that have open interest at the 480 level in the queues. So what happens is, dealers who sold premium at that level would need to cover their positions in case price came down. And so what they do is they end up pushing price back up, especially this late in the afternoon. So what it does is that it acts as a level of support, because this is where the real bets are being made in price movement from those who either sold premium or bought the actual put option. And so when you see those levels on a chart, especially in the queues, they're potential reversal levels that you need to keep an eye on, because typically dealers don't want to cover those positions. They want the positions to expire worthless because they are 0 day to expiration options. They want to keep that premium, so they'll do whatever they can. I think it was the 0 day to expiration options were right here. Yeah, this is the 480 level right here, right where I've got my crosshairs. That's the 480 level in the Qs right there. Dealers do not want price to go below 480. So what do? They buy it back and boom, you get that type of slinky effect right there. Happens all the time in the options market. So it's worth monitoring on your chart, and it becomes a very powerful tool than just using standalone support and resistance levels that almost 90% of the traders out there rely on. You know, that stuff there is garbage. Using 0 day to expiration gamma levels, that is a game changer when you combine it with a tool like the CYMO Pro indicator right here. Now, you don't need them because you'll get signals right here that are sufficient to tell you whether or not you should go long or short. And we know from our time together on this, guys, that this region here is not a region where you want to take a trade, okay? And typically these little moves right here are nothing but noise. So, yeah. No, I'm using 9. On this 4-minute chart, I always use a 9. I never change it. So 9 is my preferred setting on the 4-minute. How do I monitor that? You know, it's kind of hard to monitor unless there's a couple of companies out there that have these tools. I think, let me remember, Gexbot, GEXBOT.com. They have this service, right? They actually have a really cool service, and there's another one called MentorQ. And I think one of them is coming up with something later on NinjaTrader. I don't know when they're going to release it. I actually coded this, coded these levels from a Python script I developed that scrapes the option open interest data directly from the CBOE, and I plot it on a chart right above me for the Qs. And so I keep an eye on it. And occasionally I'll plot it here as well on these charts too for the NQ. It just becomes too much to plot here on the chart, so I just put it on top where it's nice and clean. But yeah, that's how you can get it. I think there's a few different ones out there. There's Gexbot, GEXBOT.com. There's MentorQ, and there's a few other ones out there. So you just have to Google it and do a little bit of research on it. And but it's important to make sure you put those levels correctly on the chart. And so there's a little bit of science to that. It's a little bit of a learning curve. And but the guys that use that exclusively to trade on, they swear by it. They're like die-hard gamma level guys, and a lot of guys who trade options follow those signals too. So, and they're good to have. I definitely do encourage looking into that. There you go, guys. You had the slinky trade that no one saw coming. Okay, the slinky trade that would end your session today if you weren't careful, thinking that this bar right here was going to go all the way down. Okay, now what did momentum and cycle do? Momentum just came out of the gutter right here, came up. Your cyclic component, we already know. If it's going to be in this little region right here, don't place any trades. You want to place trades from the extremities over here. When cycle is over here, or cycle is all the way down here, okay? So you get the rubber band effect. Okay, right now it's all the way to the extreme with momentum going up. Is price going to continue? Yeah, it'll continue until this thing kind of does one of these little turns right here, 3:34 in the afternoon. Nice little rally to the upside right there. So watch it. You know, a lot of this, guys, is about trading smart, not trading fast, trading smart, okay? So what I'm sharing with you guys are potential trade setups, and more importantly, than showing you guys trade setups that actually make money is showing you guys places where you can lose money, okay? And it's important to note that as well, and to highlight those areas, because you don't want to lose money when you trade. It's part of risk management. It's inevitable. Everybody loses money, right? But it's part of risk management to know when you're supposed to be in the sidelines, this whole little region right here, and when you're supposed to hopefully be in a trade. So what do we know about momentum and the cycle? The momentum in the cycle line, cycle stretched all the way up here. Momentum, is following through right here, going to the upside. Let's see what happens. Okay, typically this trade right here will end up ending whenever cycle crosses with momentum. So let's see how that plays out. Okay. So there's also, we talked about 0-day to expiration levels today versus just standard support and resistance lines on charts. We talked about jumping in the first half hour of the trading day in the market. There's also another school of thought out there, and these are, the price, the mean reversion guys, or the guys that believe that there's reversion to the VWAP, the volume weighted average price of a security, or in this case, the Nasdaq 100 or the Qs. Okay, so the VWAP today in the Qs is set at 483. Okay, there's people that look at a reversal like this and think this is going to fly all the way up to like 483. I mean, okay, to each their own, right? But that's another body of thought that's out there that floats around in the market, just like all these other things that you guys hear about. So, wow, right there, bing. You're at the end of the upside. I mean, you just saw, you guys are watching this live right now. You guys just saw the cycle go all the way up right here. Okay, all the way up right here. Okay, this bar right here, that was it. Okay, and now that it kissed goodbye with the momentum line, that's really it. Okay, I can't make this stuff up, guys. Okay. Now, if any of you guys have questions on today's trading, if you're using the CYMO Pro, your subscribers, send us a screenshot with any questions you may have had on anything that you may have any doubts on. Okay, you could send it to us either at support at thealgotrader.live, or you could send it to me directly on Skype, or you could send it to me on Discord. Or you could post it on Discord. There's a variety of different ways you can get it to me. But if there's ever any doubt on any trade setup, and you want to get a second set of eyes to look at it, we'll be more than happy to provide you feedback on that. That's what we're here for. Wow, I wonder what the guys who believe that price was going to revert all the way up to the VWAP at 483 in the Qs are thinking right now. Oh my goodness. And I make fun of that intentionally. You know why? Because I know that there are people out there right now trading exclusively off of that. All right, guys, we've got 4 minutes for bar change on the 15-minute time frame. And it seems like a market that is just in a lot of noise. There is noise in the market again. Okay, we just had bar change here on the 4-minute. That seems to be pretty much it right there on the 15-minute candle. This little cycle component that you guys are watching here pretty much ended right here when you had the cyan and the cyclic component cross right here. This is on the 11 setting. For the 15-minute candle, there really wasn't anything that, in my opinion, would have been a strong setup to go short or even long right here on this 4-bar reversal. So, what I look for, guys, is high probability setups. Okay. You're risking capital. Remember that, okay? You work hard for your money. You don't want to take a swing at every pitch that comes to you. You want to take swings at the higher probability trade setups where you could catch a good, strong move in the market. And sometimes you just need to be patient to see those setups play out. Yeah, patience is a virtue, man, when it comes to trading. You really got to wait for the right setups. Because what ends up happening in trade setups like this, right? What ends up happening in situations like this is that price goes up, right? And people are actually taught online by so-called gurus. You got to wait for the confirmation bar. So, okay, so, people get in on this bar. They'll jump in right here because they'll say, okay, well, this bar opened below this right here, and it's going down, right? And then they're all happy. It goes down right here, and then they're like, okay, great. I'm making money. I'm up like $400. Everything's good. And, they're operating off like outdated theory that could have worked before the age of algorithms, right? And then all of a sudden you get the reversal bar that takes it all away right here and absolutely chops them up in a million pieces. And that happens every single day. Yeah, this whole area is like consolidation right here. There's no trade. There's nothing right there. So, yeah. All right, we just had a flip right now on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, let me just switch this over for you guys who are on the mobile view right there. Okay, remember you had this noisy trade that pretty much ended when cyan and momentum just crossed right here. Okay, super noisy coming down right there. Okay, all of a sudden you get an about face to go up. So this is a change in direction right there. Things look like they are going to be moving up towards the end of the market. So if you were looking to take a directional trade in this using the lower time frame, you want to do it when cycle actually starts coming up right there. Yeah, you can see the full version of what I am watching right now. If you go to the link in my channel and click on the YouTube link, if you click on the YouTube link, it'll take you to my YouTube page and you can see the live stream in full screen version right there. You see? Full screen is on my YouTube right there, and it's live right now. It's being streamed in tandem with this right now. Okay? That's where you can see the full chart view. All right, so we had a little bit of a movement in price right here. Okay, we had the reversal, which typically happens. Okay, a little bit more of a reversal with momentum going up, but you're right here at the threshold. This thing may potentially just come up. We'll see. We'll see if it actually reverses and how far down it goes. Remember, guys, when you're at 3:47 p.m. Eastern Time and the market's about to close, there's always an uptick in volatility between 3:45 and 4 p.m. Okay? There could be earning leaks or news events that get leaked in the market, and these last 15 minutes, which tend to be the most volatile in the market, you need to be careful. Okay? You need to be careful, extra careful. So you got 2 more minutes for bar change on this 4-minute time frame, and you will see what happens, whether this thing bottoms out, goes up, and then pushes price up into the close. You do have a long setup on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, you see, that's the type of volatility that I'm talking about. 3:50 in the afternoon, price starts moving a little bit. Okay, remember you had the rotation right here to get out. Yeah, you just had a blow off top maybe right there, and then cycle is right here. Okay, 350 mark, we just got a new candle right there. Cycle is just going right there towards the bottom right there, so it hasn't completely bottomed out. So if you guys want to understand what market cycles are and how they work, there's an excellent article in the link in my bio. It's called What Are Market Cycles? Okay. So you're going to get the next bar change right now in 3 minutes. And that's it, guys. You're going into the close. I mean, this is a region where I personally don't fancy taking any type of trades, just simply because of the volatility going into the close. But I'm just illustrating what's happening right now in the cyclic rotation right here. So in the morning session, midday, or 2 to 3 p.m. session, you guys can get an idea of what to look for in your own charts when you're applying the CYMO Pro indicator, okay? This chart has, yep, 1 more minute. All right, you've got the 354 bar, and you've got momentum above the threshold, and you've got cycle kicking up right here from almost bottoming out right there. Okay, so at this phase of the day, guys, in a normal market session, this along with the 15-minute chart would have made for a setup to go long. Okay, right now at this stage of the afternoon, I wouldn't take a long with 6 minutes remaining to the market, because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna have to live with it all night. So but there you go. See, price is finally moving up. And we'll see, because going into the close, again, you always get crazy volatility, so you never know. Some crazy news item comes out and everything goes to shit, right? So it pays to watch. I guess that's the point right now. So I got a question here on the 4-minute chart. When both lines spiked up, was that an entry? You're probably looking at this right here. Yes, that would have been an entry for a little bit more aggressive of a trader, because momentum had completely already bottomed out right there. It was coming up, and your cyclic turned extremely fast to the upside. I typically don't like to take trades from the middle zone right here to the upside, just simply because I like the setups to be a little bit more high probability in my favor. And in this case, it was kind of a short-lived trade to the upside that ended right around here. Okay, yeah, if you're a scalper and if you see yourself as a little bit more aggressive, more of a cowboy, yeah, this uptick in the cycle and momentum being all the way in the threshold coming up like that, yeah, that would have been a scalp right there that would have ended in this bar over here. Okay. But again, this is a region of noise, and I caution people from taking any type of trades right here in this little region right there. Okay. Wow, guys, I don't know if price is going to go any further on this. It's just really noisy going into the close. There's probably earnings or something that's just pushing price down right now. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what it is, but this is exactly why I don't trade past a certain time. It's just noisy, you know. And even though you might have a good setup or something for the subsequent bars moving forward, there is not enough bars in the session left in the cash session to really take the trade. And look at this. You had momentum.
Connection lost.
Oh shit, my connection just got lost and it got reestablished again here at Ninja Trader. You had cycle going up, and then all of a sudden, boom, that's it. There was really nothing. So no trade to the upside. The end. Another reason why not to trade after 345. So guys, we've covered a lot today, and I know it's hard, it's tough hearing that much of what's touted online is more spectacle than substance. But here's the truth. Real trading isn't about catching lightning in a bottle. It's about consistent, informed decisions. That's how you build a sustainable trading career. So forget the noise, focus on the signal with CYMO Pro. Thanks again for tuning in today. Hit that like button if you appreciate the no BS approach, and don't forget to join me tomorrow for another eye-opening session of trading the Nasdaq 100 futures. All right? So until then, stay sharp, trade smart, and keep questioning the status quo. All right, guys? Happy trading, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. All right? Hope you guys got value from this session, and we'll see each other again tomorrow. All right. Thanks.